On July 21st, an unthinkable tragedy happened here at Maxwell Field. During an off-season workout with some of his new teammates, 22-year-old offensive lineman Shawn Afryl, a transfer from the University of Illinois, collapsed and died. Winona State University Athletic Director Eric Schoh, Associate Head Coach Keller, and Head Football Coach Tom Sawyer remember the fallen warrior.
Well, I really got to know him pretty well. One, through the recruiting process, of course. He came up and visited during the winter and signed with us and those things. So we went through that process. But also he was here for our team camp, and he was one of our team counselors. And it was really fun to get to know him a little bit because he, even though he graduated from the University of Illinois, he was looking at going into teaching and coaching. And so once I knew that, we started talking about this profession, and I said I think he was crazy to want to do this. But really, I think that was the thing that we just started to bond a little bit about, talking about coaching and talking about working with kids, and that's where I really got to know him best.
During the month that he was here, we had a chance to spend quite a bit of time with him, and a couple weeks ago we held our team camps here, where we have about 700 high school kids that are in with their high school teams, and he was one of our camp counselors for that. And you got a chance to really see him interact with the kids. He had a passion for football, loved the coaching side of it, which was something that he wanted to get into, and we got a real good chance to see him how he was going to be in the future. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see that come to fruition, but we definitely got a glimpse at a very special young man, and somebody that would have been a great role model, not only in coaching, but in teaching as well.
How did the Warriors staff react to the news?
Well, I was devastated. I was in Florida, Connie and I were on a vacation, and so when you get that kind of news, you know, you're not thinking anything of it. We were walking to get some ice cream in Clearwater, Florida, and all of a sudden you get that news, and Theo Burkett called me, one of my players called me from the field here, and I was devastated. I was floored, and instantly you're like, oh, I got to get home. And so the first flight I could get out was 9 o'clock the next morning on Tuesday. But yeah, my heart just sunk. I mean, you should never have to bury a 22-year-old kid, and it was just like it was something with my own child. I mean, that's really how I felt, and so instantly we went back to the condo, got on the internet, and found a flight and got home as soon as I could.
Well, I was here, and so when I first got the phone call from Coach Sawyer, you know, I think the biggest thing for me was just getting down here to make sure that I could get the players taken care of and stay on top of things. When I was here, they were still working on him, so there was still a chance that he was going to be able to pull through. But you know, when you do finally find out that he's passed away, you know, kind of your goal becomes making sure that your players' best interests are what's taken into account, and that's kind of what we did from there.
We lost one of our own. You know, we talk in athletics all the time about the family, and you know, even when we hire somebody, welcome to the Warrior family. You know, we're excited to have you here. And when kids sign that letter of intent, you know, welcome to the Warrior family, and it's always about family. And it's tough times like this to where you really realize how it hits you like family. Even with a kid like Shawn, who'd only been here a few weeks and only gotten to know a handful of people in our department, it's absolutely going to impact not just the football team, but everybody else. You know, our coaches and staff are really close, which makes all of our teams close. And so when you lose somebody that's in that fold, it's hard to process, and everybody goes through that process differently.
Will the Warriors memorialize Shawn Afryl in any way this season?
One of the games, we're not sure yet, but we'll definitely have a game that we dedicate to that. And try to do some kind of memorial at that point. Have the family in here for a game so they see an environment that their son would have played in, and then also that would be a chance for us to continue awareness in the foundation that they've set up, and maybe we could do something that game for that. But we don't have the date yet set on that, but definitely going to do something during the season. Right now our plan is to put either his number or his initial on the back of our helmets. That's all we'll do with our uniform stuff, but that's a way for our kids to you know, honor him and recognize that we have a fallen warrior.
What has the reaction from the community and Warrior fans been like?
I said to one of my colleagues, you know, he asked me how I was doing, and you know, we're all doing okay because of the support of people around us, and the response has been wonderful. You know, people are there for you if you need something, and just sometimes somebody to talk to and go through it just helps. And so, you know, I think we're all doing that in our own way, and I still worry about the players that were here on the field when it happened, and are they processing things and handling things in a way that's going to get them through it. But you know, the response has been terrific, and you know, we've all had people from all across the country that are in this business that have reached out to us to say, hey, I know what you're going through, or hey, I can't imagine what you're going through, but I'm here to help if I can. To answer your question, what's the response been like? The response has been incredibly supportive, which, you know, I expect from this group.
Afryl graduated from the University of Illinois and played 1 game as a member of the Illini. He came to Winona State to pursue a graduate degree in education and play his final 2 years of eligibility in Division II football. He planned to become a high school teacher and a football coach. For HBC TV 25 Sports, I'm Justin Barrientos.